Hello, everybody, and welcome to Little Squilly Stream. As we have Div 7 semifinals, we have Typhoon taking on Ink Bashers here. And the winner will face off against Power Inc. in Grand Finals as they already confirmed their spot. Very familiar with these teams. Well, mainly Typhoon. I'm a
Someone's going was gonna say before you cut out, Typhoon is very similar to Story because they actually fought together in low wing. Or no, yeah, either one of them. We, but Typhoon has definitely been around the low level scene a lot. While for Ink Project, they kind of been in the same field as well, mostly around low wing. So
yeah, for sure. But Team Typhoon and Join the Fight Esports, they made Diamond bracket, I think it's what it's called, basically the highest bracket. They beat some pretty strong teams, took a couple of games. They took a game off Wipeout Punks. So that if you want to measure how good they are, that gives an idea right there of how good they are. They were able to take a game off a very strong team. But we're going to be heading into Tower Control Mako Mart here. So let's get it going, Jordan.
yeah, same map what we see last week. So yeah, we just continue on with Takujo's semi-final. Takujo make in the semi-finals of Div 7 America. With Typhoon winning a TF2 meme. Let's just say that out in the open. And for Ink Bashers, they are having the armor, they have a squeezer, they have Acacia, and they have a Nautilus.
Ink Bash is opting to run with a no backline comp here with the Squeezer being the longest range weapon on the team. Knowledge having the most shredded energy though. We see the vanilla Jet Scorcher on the side of Typhoon, a very interesting pick there. So we're going to see how they're able to use that range to their advantage as they're already 2 down on the side of Ink Bashers. Typhoon starting out strong with their very first push. Armor at the ready for Ink Bashers. They do find a pick on that 52 gal, so they're going to be able to contest the tower here. But it looks like the Zap is going to get picked off as Ink Bashers are trying to take control of the right side, but not able to fully take control as they go 2 down once again. Typhoon in a very sharp position.
Yeah, with Typhoon going down actually getting to the tower because of actually for Ink Bashers Nautilus going down single-handedly alone, getting killed by Sniper and actually then going down with no armor. And again, 3 down on the side of Ink Bashers because the Typhoon is holding tower on his drawing pretty well, but only the Shreeze is jumping back now, and Scout just jumping back in, which is actually a pill, by the way. This is honestly, it's looking like 2 sides, but it decided Typhoon with the mostly handling control of the tower.
They mostly do have control of the tower. It seems that Ink Badgers are able to get in and find a couple of picks, but they aren't able to fully capitalize and stop the tower. They do find 2 picks here. Maybe they'll be able to stop the tower and regain some map control here, but as I said, they do go 2 down again. Might go 3 down, but here we go. But it is a 1v3 basically for Ink Basher. He has to squeeze the last one alive here. He's by himself. Bubbles are at the ready. He's probably going to look to pop him over his arc here. He does pop the bubbles just like I said he would, but the K-shot on their side does go down. They're constantly finding this advantage here. Map control always in the favor of Typhoon, as we do see this splash here, this sharking here. We see Ink Bashers are just trying to hold down the right stack, but they're not able to really contest it completely. But they do find a nice pick there. Maybe they can get the push going. It's 2 down on the side of Typhoon.
Yeah, it just basically just all on this power step with actually 2 down going on top, 3 down maybe on the side of actually Typhoon with them being the teal. But Ink Batch actually being able to do the first push and actually more trip is going to the side right now, but actually with the Epic that ends up going down and Ruby is staying on the tower but actually getting a trade out on the Junior with them having no armor, but ends up going down as well on the other side. Yeah, it looks like it would be back to the middle for the side of Ink Batch and them to recuperate.
Look like they set up for a strong push, but the 52 just basically bum rush tower there in order to stop that push. Krabs here trying to get that money on his Nautilus. So he has to be able to push up there and make aggressive plays. I haven't seen him pop his Inkjet a lot this match. Maybe they might set up for it, but as I said, they do go get a full wipe. Typhoon is going to retake that map control and possibly make it past that 3rd checkpoint. They have to get past that 2nd checkpoint again, though, but they popped up bombers here, and they have armor at the ready, so they are set up for a strong push. Armor is popped. Ink Badge have no specials on their side, so they have to put a little bit more patience here in order not to get wiped. As I say, that the Izza does go down, missiles are popped, and they're making their way towards that 3rd checkpoint. Typhoon playing very patient here, not rushing to get on that tower. They do find a way back on tower. Then now at the third checkpoint, Ink Bash in the back spot. The 52 does go down. The Squid left alive. He has bubbles in the ray. He's going to pop and try to make a play here. He's going to find no picks with those bubbles. That is unfortunate, and he has to back up.
Yeah, but first we actually put bubble was mostly just maybe the defense side because we can obviously did the Jet and K Gal and the Flash was just full forcing, just aiming on the creature itself. So maybe more or less a defense tactic. But as of right now, we do see that the map control looks like it's going to go back to actually Invasion, but for right now, just Invaders actually have two down against the side of Typhoon. Well, actually, that traded back by merely right now, but actually, Invaders is getting to get the checkpoint. But again, three down, then the Squeezer again left alone alive. They will need to push back.
44 seconds left in this match, Jory. It seems this squeezer on the side of Ink Basher is doing a lot of work, but he can't do it all by himself. He needs the support of his teammates, but they just constantly going down as we see there. This K-Shot not getting the picks he needs on the side of Ink Bashers as they're forcing a lot of 3v1 situations. They go down again, and Typhoon not able to really push the tower as they hope, but it doesn't matter if Ink Bash can't push themselves, so just going to sit comfortably with this lead and hopefully take control at this right side here as they are forcing the 2v2, and then Ink Bash just wins that 2v2. They do get a full wipe on the side of Typhoon with 15 seconds left in this match. They have one last push in them. They're going to have all the specials ready, bubbles at the ready, armor is going to be at the ready very soon here, and this is their last chance.
Yeah, and with the last chance being right now, we do see the patch popping up, and Antonio is going to a bit too much, and actually, it looks like K-Shot is actually going to be killed, and that's just be two down right there, and maybe the third one going to be the Swiffer, and that's going to be a full wipe that's ending the game with Typhoon getting the first win.
Very, very nice solid game there by Typhoon, playing a very defensive yet aggressive comp very well. Like, they didn't push as much as they would have liked, I'm pretty sure, but it doesn't matter if the other team can't push at all. You know what they say, offense wins games, defense wins championships.
Yeah, and also on here, we can actually just see as well, but again, with the TF team, but Spy, Sniper, Scout, and what was the last one?
Medic.
Medic. Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. We can see also that for them on the meme sense. Congrats on them. They're just playing the world correctly. The spy as the splash player actually having a lot of shots that we saw during the match that you pointed out as well. Just immediately getting the kills with as a shocking tactic. Well, the medic definitely pulling out as much as they can, and yeah, the other two. Well, the scout with the 52, the 52 was just popping off a lot in that sense, getting doubles and winning a lot of those 1v1s.
For sure. I think what we want to see from the side of Ink Batches here is they maybe see the other players able to actually win their fights. They played the objective very well, to be honest. They defended the objective pretty well. There were so many times where I feel like they should have got KO, but they didn't. So good job defending there. But you know what they say, you can't win games if you can't score points. So
Yeah.
they have to be able to push objective a little better here, as we are going to humpback pump track splat zones, I believe. Yes, we are, and I think we're going to be seeing Typhoon stay with that 52 gal. Maybe he better stay with that Nautilus. Maybe they switch off a Squeezer here,
Maybe.
Considering how the map is like built. Squeezers. Most Squeezers don't play well here, but if you're good with Squeezer, then you know what, you can play here and make it work.
Yeah. But if not, they might just stick with maybe a bubble or try to go for the missile because since this is zones as well, and the zone is in the middle, so having the missile bubble can just capitalize a lot of that zone. But also as well to mention for Typhoon for the Ink Bashers, Typhoon is definitely playing with the space. They're having a lot more range, and they're using the range advantage to get the kills.
For sure, it seems like once they regain map control, they don't let them retake that map. But Ink Bash needs to do a better job of retaking space when they come back in for pushes. You know what I'm saying? You can't really push back in. You can have a solid push back in if your opponents still have slight more map control than you. And that was a problem. Ink Bashers tried to keep pushing without map controlling. You just have to be patient and take your time and actually regain that map control before you do anything. It seems like they pop specials uncoordinated. And so if they can fix it up this game here, they can try to end up winning this game, as we are going to humpback zones right now.
Yep, and as we're going to be starting it in a few quickly, in 3, 2, 1, we're going to be seeing the weapons coming out on the side of Yeah, on the side of Typhoon, we see the regulars. We see the regular K-Gal, the splash dramatic with bombs. We do see the bomb was sniper and bioscope, and we do see the NZAP.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like TF2 sticking with, I said TF2, Typhoon sticking with that normal comp. Oh my god, the meme is getting to me. The splash does go down on the side of Typhoon, but they do find a nice pick. Nautilus being very aggressive, they're fighting 2 picks there, and they're going to be able to recap the zone and keep control. But the K-shot does go down. But the last member of Typhoon opting to jump out there, we see the splash over on this arc. The Nautilus has a major advantage. He can be deadly here. He finds shots on a couple, but it is
It's not going to be much as basically the other players snipe back, and with the armor coming out of the side of Typhoon, and the blue coming out of the side of Typhoon, but the bomber as well. Actually, Impact was able to recap the zone still. And again, this is all basically just fighting stuff with one sided, 2 down going to the side of Impact now, but actually, Typhoon being able to capitalize the zone, but Knowledge being the last one alive.
he opts to jump out here, a very smart jump out there, as they are at a disadvantage here. And Basher's still in a position to take this zone and possibly take this game as well. But the NZAP here is going to be feeding, and now they have no armor on the side of Typhoon. That is trouble. But they do trade it back with the splash there. A very good pick there. The Nautilus is going to be able to push him aggressively with the missiles being popped. And then most of them are going to be able to recap this zone if they focus it, but they're not focusing zone for whatever reason. They're also going to take out the 52 guy first before they focus zone. But they still didn't take the zone back yet. 2 down instead of Typhoons. They are going to take it back now. 3 down. Last one is that sniper. He's going to opt to jump out here, and they're going to have to reset for that push.
Yeah, and really with Impact is getting the zone once again. Mostly they were trying to go for the 2 Slayers, which is actually the Gal and the Splash, was actually kind of a point for them. Since right now, you can see that they were the major issue. But also we forgot to mention the Impact is running the same comp as the last game, so they seem really confident with going with this mostly no backline comp.
Yeah, Nautilus does get caught out there. His jump getting called out. I'm surprised he's been called out for one of his teammates to help him. As soon as they still could have got that pick for him, but because of the miscommunication, they aren't able to get that pick. Typhoon is easily able to come back in and recap that zone. It just seemed that Invasion aren't really focusing on zone. They're popping the specials, like I said before, uncoordinated, and they're paying the price for it. Maybe if they just focus on a little bit more, and they can possibly take his lead back. As I say that though, they do take the read down on the side of Typhoon. So their advantage here, not a lot of penalty points to chew through, so they can easily take lead, but they go 2 down again. Once they get control, Typhoon just immediately picks one of them off, and you have to find a way to stop it in order to take this game.
Yeah, and now we see Scout and Spy actually going in with the armor, went to sneak as well. They're not picking anyone else though, but Squeezer being alone. We actually getting picked by Scout, and actually the other one being killed by the medic, with Rumi being the last one live on hill, actually getting a pick. And it's a 2v2 situation with Spy being the only one on his own in the 1v1, with actually the bombers coming up for them.
Yeah, that was a nice snap there by Sniper. He's able to find a nice pick there. They're going to recontest the zone. He finds another pick on that ends out. So they're going to, without a doubt, get that zone. But the side here, but they're still contesting the zone. IB Wumi is going off on the side of Ink Bashes on this K-shot. He's playing a very good game here, finding picks when he needs. Already at 11 KA, the highest KA in his lobby. But Spy here has something to say about that as he does take on Wumi. He says, "You're done killing my teammates." 2 down on the side of Ink Bashers. They do pop armor, so they're going to recap the zone with this bomb rush. They have the better coordination of specials here. Ink Bashers can find a way to deal with that and stop them from coordinating the specials so well in order to win this game. But with K-shot going down once again and a Nautilus, they're going to have a lot of problems.
Yeah, basically this will be a 2v4, 1v4 situation right now on the side of Ink Basher, but actually look at getting another kill with a bubble, and getting a double with the bubble, but again, no one's capping the zone, so this will be a big issue if they don't be able to cap the zone, and actually getting a kill will be capping the zone. So for right now, with the penalty points of 11 right now, they could actually get this come back, unless they, for the side of Typhoon aka TF2, can get all the specials and just pop in once again what they did in the last few games.
40 seconds left in the match. The Sniper does go down. That's a big, but if he can find his pick here, that is huge. They're not able to recap the zone. They do have the lead here. They're going to be able to paint that zone, and they're going to hold it. Armor is pop, and look at, they can find a way to KO there. Crucial picks there. That Bubbles coming in clutch there from the Squeezer on the side of Egg Bashers there. And they're going to be able to probably win this game, but they do contest the zone. Are they going to be able to recap the zone for the side? The Bubbles come out both sides, but Ink Bashers are going to lose that zone. 3 down on the Ink Bashers with 15 penalty points left. A lot of work is done for Typhoon. Ink Bashers need to recap the zone and win the game.
And Bachelor is really in a panic right now. With actually the final pop, with actually the bubbles coming out, and with mostly the bubbles coming out, and actually they're not trying to pull an engine, and that's failing. And now with the Ink Bachelors having the armor off and the Tetris is off, with only 18 seconds remaining, they can actually catch the dome if they actually get it, and they do. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, they're easily going to be able to recap that zone. The bomber is the specials coming out too early on the side of Typhoon there. They could have played a little bit more patient in order to counter that zone. Maybe they could have held it if they just waited out the specials, but they used them too early, and so the missiles just came in, and then the bombers, so they were easily going to cap that zone. IB Wumi getting the MVP of that game, but a clutch play by Lucas, if I said that name right, by Lucas on those bubbles in order to get 2 picks, forcing the easy recap that zone and chew through those little penalty points and get the lead.
And how fairly with that, it's 1-1 Typhoon and Ink Bastards. We're going to be moving on to Rainmaker Certain Shipyard. As we see right now for Typhoon, we do see Sniper can be playing in the influence of 2 different weapons, but for Ink Bastards, they've been playing the same set more or less. What do you think would happen if like one of them would change the comp for Rainmaker to have more pushes than playing more defense?
To be honest, on Rainmaker, Typhoon has the advantage with their more aggressive comp, you know. Ink Basher are set up for like a more stalemate defensive comp, which is why they were able to win that zone game, because they're able to stall it out, you know, instead of always pushing forward like Typhoon does. But in this mapping mode, you need to be able to push forward aggression. It seems that Typhoon has that over Ink Bashers. Maybe if Ink Bashers can get like a push down to like 40, they can like stall them out with that stalemate comp they have with the Squeezer and the Nautilus.
Yeah, and actually as well, like with Impact has more in the stalemate comp and Typhoon having the more aggressive comp, like you said. Honestly, as well, you did say in the past as well, coordination for Impact since they've been uncoordinated with specials as well. But as well, we can see like the nod sometimes in Lucas with the script with the squeezer, even though they're clutching the 2 plays, they were all kind of in bad position to mostly play in a solo each time.
Yeah, for sure. It just seems that Typhoon just seems to be the more coordinated team when it comes to popping specials, you know. But however, Ink Bashers just seem to be able to, you know, contest it with their with their skill, with their all-around skill. They're able to like pick fights with them and win. Typhoon is a pretty strong team, as I mentioned before. They just take a game on Wipeout Punks, but we are going to Rainmaker, Sturgeon Shipyard, and we're going to see what the comps have for both these teams.
Now we do see on the side of Ink Bashers, they're looking like they're going in with the same shot again, but for the side of Typhoon, Scout with the 52 cal Deco now with the Vigil Stingray and the Jet, and we do see a Jet, which actually will have missiles coming from Sniper. But actually, the 2 going down, the 2 slaves going down to be exact.
Yeah, a bit of a weird comp change in my opinion for the side of Typhoon, going with the 52 Deco for Ray. I mean, understandable, but you still have that Jet Squad, so they're losing a bit of aggression. There's 2 down on the side of Typhoon. Ink Bashers are going to make their push going. The Kesha does go down, so they're going to be able to get it pushed down to like as 40, I believe. Going to keep going. The bubbles do come out, but 3 down on the side of Ink Bashers. Typhoon does an amazing job defending that push. Stingray at the ready for that 52 Deco. I don't know. It's a bit weird seeing a 52 Deco and still having a Jet Sculpture. I feel like that you should just play custom Jet at that point, but works for them, it works for them. As Stingray does pop out, he pops right here in the middle of the map. The K-Shot does go down. Nice pick there with the assist of that Stingray. 2 down, only side of Ink Bashers. They're going to set up easily for a strong push. Take it top left, but the North is waiting for them.
Yeah, with not being them on the jump, they decided to go to a different line and go to Sponge area. With actually the medic going down, and with Krabs actually having the missile, they're going to jump out at a perfect time, delaying the missile and having Epic just pin that back up. And now, being back, they're trying to go from map control to mostly get to mid. With missiles and Inkjet coming back together, they can definitely go for a good pick. But with missiles going down, that will be mostly advantage for the Typhoon.
A Scout is trying to look a way out of there. A very nice movement there to get out of that situation. I'm going to be honest, not even I do stuff like that, but there is 2 down on the side of Typhoon. Ink Bash is looking to make another strong push coming here as 2 specials are at the ready. Scout playing very risky here. He needs to jump out and keep the Stinger alive so they can stop that push. But the case does go down on the side of Ink Bashers. IB Wumi not playing very safe. 2 down on both sides, 2v2, never mind, 2v1, as Scout here on that flank, able to take out that Rainmaker and set up for a nice push here for Ink Bastion with his Stingray as they're ready. His 2 teammates are jumping to him. They're probably going to look to push top left, but he's opting to play aggressive and not pop that Stingray just yet, and it's going to look for a right opportunity to pop that Stingray for his team to use.
Yeah, and at the same time, they're just waiting for Meg to pop his armor as well to actually have a great push from there. With Scout having the same way, just to push up to top level or even go to Sponge. But really, for right now, like we saw before that pop, we saw Lucas just trying to wait for a Snake, trying to push up in the middle, but actually it doesn't look quite well, and they actually can jump back. But as right now, we see Epic, Crab, and Lucas actually together now, all in mid, mostly trying to either secure the area to actually have a good push again, or just make this a stalemate as much as possible. So basically, Typhoon won't have any chance to actually push up or even get a kill on anyone, since Krabs is always together with Rumi or Lucas at all.
That was a very nice pair up there. We saw them get a couple of picks there, but you have to jump out with 1 minute and 50 seconds left in this game. This feels like a very long game, Jordan. They do pop armor though, and now this is a chance for Typhoon to possibly get this lead, and then you try to take control of their court. But AJ actually ready for Krabs, but the squeezer does go down, so they are losing a little bit of support here. Now this does go down. This could be the chance to push it. They are going to take on that K shot. Ends up with only one for life. He is out of position. He is also going to die. They're going to be able to take back that lead most likely. But no, they don't take the lead yet, but they opt to wait. Now they take back that lead. Better than good to keep the push going. They are playing position well. Ink Bastards are out of position to say the least. They're not in the best spot ever, as they are going to get taken down in a little 2v1 fashion. But the Inca does come out looking to stop that Rainmaker. But they're going to push it down to 41. Once again, they do have that lead. So now Ink Bastards have a lot of work to do. They're going to be able to pick up the Rainmaker, but they have a lot of macro to take back.
Yeah, with the sniper actually going back and the missile coming out, but armor actually mostly going to be ready on the go in a couple of seconds. If an Ink Bastards actually have armor, having the bubbles and having the missiles as well, this could be a really good chance for us as well. But with the knowledge going down, actually trading down with the 52, it seems like a 3v3 situation, but with no map Joel, it looks like this would be Ink Bastards' game to lose unless they actually pull a power move right now with the splash going down.
For sure, but they do waste a couple of specials in order to make it happen. And as I said, it goes down. That's devastating. 3 now. Last one is knowledge. He has to stay alive for his team. He has to find a pick on him. He does find a pick. Now the 2v1 situation. His team has to jump to him. He's going to find another pick, but it's not enough for his team to come back in. The K-shot is the last one alive. He has to play a little bit more patient here, but he is being solo missile. So now Typhoon is able to push him. Are they able to get that pop for him to get the Rainmaker back? But it just seems that Typhoon have more control of that pop. They have to pick that Rainmaker up. The pop, it does happen. It goes 2 down. Or maybe we're going to stop that Rainmaker.
Again, with Lucas not the only main.
Right here. He has to kill him here.
Oh.
They were able to stop him. They did not. If Scout didn't kill the Rainmaker there, that would have been game.
It would have been really messy for sure. They would have just made a jump if they would, but someone was on a jump, so it could have been a death factor if they made a jump. But really, just at the end, Lucas was just trying to move around quickly while Scout actually just trying to go for the perfect game and actually having no RNG at all, actually getting the kill. And which is giving Typhoon the win 2-1.
A very clutch pick there by Scout. All Ink Bastards did was pick him off, and they were basically home free. They weren't that. The other player wasn't going to be able to 4v1, and they would have took that lead. So a very clutch pick there by Scout in order to maintain this game so they don't lose, you know. So, but now we're going to Columbus on Snapper Canal. Ink Bastards have a very good weapon choice here, as they do have that squeezer, which has the bubbles to set up for nice pushes. We saw bubbles used in the last hit we commented at Jordan. That was wipe off pugs going against Booyah X. The bubbles proving very effective there for pushes. So I do expect to see Ink Bastards stick with that squeezer. They have pretty much run the same comp for this majority of the match. Typhoon up in a 2-win disadvantage, looking to make it 3-1 and possibly go ahead and win the next 3 games to put it closer to set.
Yeah, like really for this, like you said, again, Ink Bastards is going with a comp that it's mostly the same thing, but we'll know and love near by the end. But for Typhoon, again, the sniper, the player can change up with an actual sniper or going with the jet for the most range. Well, for Scout, they've been going with for Scout, they're the 52 main, more or less. They can swap with any 52 if they want. Maybe 96, that's an I don't know stance really, but I know they really play a lot of 52 and they're really good at it.
For sure, he has proven himself to be very skilled at 52. Him fighting a lot of key picks there, and also top frying the majority of the matches uh, as well. But Ingbash has some pretty skilled players as well, like IB Wumi on his K shot. He's pretty dang good. Also, Krause and Nautilus. Those two together pairing up was really well from Pronoun, as they are able to slay and find picks. They just need to do a better job on their pushes, and like I said before, actually coordinate the special in order to win these games.
Yeah, and definitely on the side of Clampets. With Clampets, the mode itself, this is basically a team mode game. Basically, like football. You need to coordinate clamps together, you need to go push together to actually open basket, and just gather as much clamps as you can to actually keep the scores in. So, for this, I think patches will need a lot of coordination to actually make this happen. We saw that happen in zones as well, so it is possible.
For sure. One thing to note about this map is that once your team gets white, expect the other team to push into your base and score, because they're going to easily get the clan economy and cook a bunch of clans and starting to push with their already activated specials. And here we go, Ink Bashers, game 3. Oh no, game 4. I'm stupid. Game 4 of this exciting LUTI set.
Yeah, but it's actually going to game 4. We do take the same comp, but actually a different of Sniper going Hydra this time.
Choose opt to go with the Hydra. We see IB Wumi opt to go with his 52 gal instead of his famous K shot, which I thought he was pretty good at. So we're just gonna see how that plays out for them as he looks to push it here by himself in an aggressive position. He has 9 clans at the ready. This plaster there, he will pop Booyah. Will they get shredded by the Hydra? But they do try to pick on the Hydra. This could be Ingba's chance for a push if they get clans ready. 2 down on the side of Typhoon. Probably going to be 3 down there. They're all by themselves, but they do find a pick on the splash for defense. And they're going to be throwing a lot of clans here during the order to make a strong push.
Yeah, and that's definitely a big show of a doubt as well, but Epic actually pulling him all his clams, which was actually 9. So that'll be a really strong start with a power clam and 39 in the first minute to be exact.
For sure, but as I said before, once your team gets white, expect them to be pushed. But we do see players here sharking there on that tower. I think it was a splash on the side of Ink Bastard that's sharking there. He's going to opt to back up here and possibly not contested, but they are being pincered by the team. Oh, here we go, 2v3. Who's going to come out on top? But I think Ink Bastard is going to be the team to come out on top here as they completely wipe the side of Typhoon, and they're going to set up for another push, having all the clans bringing on the 20. You're going to throw in a clan and get another push going.
Yeah, just saying that Rumi is actually good with the K shot. No, actually Rumi is definitely the same. Actually getting that, definitely going in there with the 3v2 and actually winning that with the 52. And actually that will be 3 down again on the side of Typhoon and Lucas and Crash just putting in the gap and making maybe a KO.
I think that's it. They need 2 more clans.
And the Epic.
Wow. That was a very good job by Ink Bashers. They did exactly what we hoped. Coordinated their specials. They put themselves. One player was getting pincered pretty much, so he obviously meant to call up for help. And so, and I'm talking everyone on this side of Ink Bashers bum rushed them and got a full wipe completely on that left side. It was just an all-out brawl. Ink Bashers just destroyed them there. Now we're at a 2-2 set here, Jordan.
Right now, this is just a back and forth match with. On the side of Typhoon, they win with Tactical Rainmaker. They're definitely having the win. They're having the win on the aggressive modes, but on the side of Inkbatch, they're having more of the wins on the waiting stalemate modes. If you actually can look at it like this.
For sure. Now we have Splash over Inkbot Art Academy, and I think Ink Bashers are very happy to be on this map in most. They can possibly look to lock them out again and possibly play with this stalemate combo or to get this to go at 3-2 in the set. Typhoon backs against the wall, kind of. Might not what he even said here. We are going to game 5. We're going to see. I feel like this game will decide the momentum of the rest of this set.
This like definitely.
Whichever team wins this match will possibly win this whole set.
Definitely, because this is a best of 9, so there's no game 10. So this definitely will be the deciding factor. And again, we saw Typhoon in the last game playing a Hydra. Even that was a bad pick for there, because for Columbus you might want to go as much aggression as you can, but for the side of Atoms though, with this map you can make the cellmates as much as possible. So with the Hydra coming back on the side of Typhoon, this will be really well, because if they actually get the middle, this Hydra can just stay on top and just kill everyone as much as possible. And definitely they can kill the Nihilist and maybe Basher if they can.
Yeah, for sure, you were exactly right. I feel like the Hydra wasn't really a bad pick in my opinion. They just didn't play it well. They were a little bit too aggressive for a Hydra. They were like finding themselves in a lot of bad situations and pushed up when they shouldn't have and got finally getting picked off. However, I do disagree. I feel like he'll go sniper here. Snipers are very strong here because like once they take back that middle, they can just sit it there on plaque. And if you drop, they will most likely snap you if they're good enough for it. So we're just going to see how that goes. And an E
Oh.
leader. Yeah, the E leader, just as we thought, they do opt to go with that sniper. No backlink come once again for the Ink Bashers. Surprisingly, not going with a nod, but they decided to go with the splash. An interesting pick there. Opting to go with that bomber. So we're just going to see that.
Yeah, we're going to see how this play goes, but in the first 20 seconds, actually, we do see the armor coming up on the side of Typhoon. And actually, 2 down going on that. Wow, that was actually a more dismissal. 3 down on the side. That definitely, for Ink Bashers, they were definitely having the big momentum out of the win. And definitely for the side of Typhoon, they were actually having kind of kill off.
For sure, but Bombers at the ready for the splash. Crabs being on the side of Ink Bashers. Armor at the ready for Typhoon here. Armor is pod. They're already making a push in the zone. Will they be able to recap that zone though? But possibly not. 2 down on the side of Typhoon. It was talking about the Bombers comes out. They do find a pick on that squid. That's a very nice pick there. 2 down on the side of Ink Bashers now as they reverse the 2v2 on them. And impossible to recap the zone, but Ink Bashers are still going to be able to hold the zone for a little bit longer. Typhoon needs to hurry and recap the zone if they want to get that win, but they do find a pick on one of those K shots there. In a 2v3 situation, they're going to come out on top, but they do find a pick there. They're still able to hold the zone. Crab still staying alive here, running on a ruckus here, finding himself in 1v1 with this junior, but the rest of the team are going to jump out. That's the end of their push back in.
Yeah, for that little one.
Nice
Okay,
hit.
Crab. Okay, Crab.
Whoa, okay.
We see you, Crabs. We see you, Crabs, in this little kind of fight. Literally, we saw the story of this whole match, and right now, for Typhoon, they're being backed up against the wall in this kind of sense. Really, but them being stuck in the spawn more or less, or being more stuck in the plaid, because the Ink Bashers are having more or less control because of the first wipe actually, and all that they're trying to do is actually trying to get Special to push back in, but actually Scout trying to do the booyah, which actually failed off in the first half, and then just pulling up with the armor, which kind of had a little pinch effect for them. But really, we saw that Crab and Rumi actually just popping off with the splash and popping off with the K shot were doing really well. But actually, they could have kept the zone if actually Rumi went for the zone instead of going for kills, because Crab was only one actually capping the zone.
Yeah, Krabs popping off here, obviously, finding himself a lot of picks. He finds himself once again picking off this 52. He hasn't died in a while, I want to point out. He does find another pick there. He's in a pretty much wedge. He should not be coming on top, but he's most likely will go down. But no, he finds a pick. Krabs is popping off here, doing it all for Ink Bashers. But Typhoon does regain the lead. They are going to recap that zone with his bombers, most likely. Krabs needs to go down there if Ink Bashers want a chance to win. He's going to push up on his play. He's probably going to find another pick. He finds another pick there. Will he finally go down? No, he won't. He is still alive there. He's sharking around looking for his teammate. He finds another pick for his coming up. He's going to be able to get the quad on the coming up. Splat bomb. Crowds popping off here for Ink Bashers, and they're able to hold the zone. Typhoon needs to do something fast. They gotta take care of crowds. They want to win. Armor at the ready for Ink Bashers. They're gonna push them again. They do find a pick on that zap. They find 2 picks there. Nice job there by Typhoon. They're going to be able to recap that zone. Once again, Krabs is still here. He's still alive. Call him out. Get rid of him. He just keeps popping off and finding all these picks on Typhoon. And he finally does go down. Maybe they'll have a little bit of breathing room now.
Crabs with a 16 KA right now. Really, no doubt, they are definitely playing off really well in the game. They're popping off super well, but really, again, kills doesn't matter for that much in splash, because it's the zone you should care about more or less. Well, yeah, and we see that's kind of being the big issue, and definitely right now with TF2 Sniper being the last one alive on the zone and actually coming to the zone again.
Krabs may be able to be having a 17 KA right now, which is insane, but it doesn't matter if his teammates aren't able to cap that zone and pin and go for a KO. As the Scooter does go down on the side of Ink Bashers. Now Typhoon is looking at the counter push there. He does go down to that spot, but that's unfortunate. We see but we do see Krabs is still alive. And a 3v1 against his E leader. They are going to recap the zone. The sniper needs to find a pick on this splash, but they're not going to do it. They're going to find a pick on the zone. 30 seconds left in this game, Jorian. Inkbasher always looking for a lockout. A nice pick there by that squeezer, able to pick him off while they're sitting on that plat. It gives them a little bit more breathing room as the occasion does go down. 25 seconds left. They got to do something quick.
Yeah, and but they either going down.
No, there goes back.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
22K, a full wipe on Typhoon, and Ink Bashers are going to take this game. Krabs putting the team on his back this game. A 22K, make that 23. 23 finds more picks, and that is the game by KO fashion. Krabs popping off for Ink Bashers. 23 KA, I believe, for that game, and Typhoon just had no answers for him.
For this moment, we can see the momentum is actually going to go to Ink Batcher for sure. With, Krabs 23 KA, Ink Rumi 8 KA. Honestly, but 4 missiles though. That's honestly a big thing as well. The missiles actually giving them a lot of advantage in the ink coverage, which actually helped them a lot. And that's it. But for Typhoon, again, they were being stuck in the base altogether, just all because of Krabs just being the most aggro player getting that 22 KA. The base shocking lot. They beat the spy.
They just had no answers for him. Like when you have a splash popping off, like I'm a splash player myself, so I know what it's like. Once a splash gets to popping off, you're not going to be able to stop them. You're just not going to be able to stop them. With DC one or two time, he goes to that splat bomb, but Typhoon weren't just able to capitalize off those picks that the junior got for them on that splash because they wasn't holding areas down enough. The leaders seem to be out of position a lot, finding themselves getting picked off, not paying attention to the flanks. So they do find themselves getting picked up a lot on plat. And I stress this a lot, Jordan, as you know, as your coach. I stress this a lot that on splat zones, Inkblight, you cannot be afraid to push on your opponent's plat. And Typhoon was not afraid to do it at all.
Yeah.
Not Typhoon. Ink Bashers wasn't afraid to do it at all.
Well, sometimes Typhoon did a bit scout, obviously, and a bit of a spy, but scout was mostly just trying for that limit. But actually, they are getting a lot of. They're getting pressured for it. They're getting paid for it. But Ink Badgers actually having a lot of defense of the base, anyways, because we saw the two other players actually, but mostly they've just been having a lot of control together. They're coordinated now. They heard the calling.
Yeah, they heard it. Now they're going to be able to look through the staging here on Tower Control Starfish main stage. I think the key here for Ink Bash is here. They have to get rid of Scout on this 52 gal. He's the main aggression here and the main one that's going to be finding picks. If they can get rid of him, they can easily win this game. But for the side of Typhoon, get rid of Krabs. If he's playing Splash again, you just might want to focus and get rid of him. But also be aware of that squeezer there. He's very deadly with those bubbles, you know. And also be aware of those other players too will come in there with the support and also find some nice kills. As Ink Bashers are up 3-2 in this set, looking to close it out here with these next two games. Typhoon needs 3 more games to win.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And moving on to Tower Control Stock Wednesday. This game actually was last time, but I just think about this map. This map. The checkpoints aren't spread out, aren't really connected together. It's going it's going right below Snipe and to the side where actually the big org where the sniper could be, and then it could be the bomb. But honestly, we can see right here actually. In fact, there's no change at all.
Yeah, for sure. There's no change in their comp, sticking pretty much with the same comp. But we do see, once again, this 52 combination there coming out on the side with this 52 Deco and the vanilla Jet Sculpture, often goes with missiles and Ray. I'm honestly expecting him to play the K52, but you know what, whatever works. But there is 2 down on the side of Ink Bashers. Krabs here looking to find some picks, but he is going to pay off for being aggressive by Spy. A nice pick there. He's going to find himself some picks. He's going to find himself popping off in a full wipe on the side of Ink Bashers, and now Typhoon looking a very good spot to start their push going.
Again, with this for Typhoon, they have the jet and they have the Stingray with the 52 gal 4-way, so mostly they would want the sniper to actually go with missile spam as much as possible, so they can capitalize a lot of the map itself with the missile itself. But as of right now, for the side of Ink Bashers, I was about to say that they were being capitalized themselves because of that, but no, Rumi getting a double to its own zone, and actually them having
Gonna be
3
hard
down
here.
for the time.
Oh no, Scout's able to find that pick. Nice job there by Scout. Wumi got a triple there in order to stop the tower. If he able to from picking that 52, they were able to regain map control. But Scout was able to win that fight, keeping Typhoon in a strong position to get their push going here. That special R's ready. He has that Stingray ready. The other special not coming out yet. The Squidger does go down. That's a very big pitch. Izza goes down. The Splash goes down. 3 down. On the side of Ink Bashers, Typhoon are very to keep the push going, but they have no answers for that K shot. As I said, that they do go down, and the rest of the members from Ink Basher coming out for spawn, they are being pressured in missile. They're going to make their way past this second checkpoint, Jorian.
Yeah, again, like the last tower control game we've seen, we see that Impact is again out of position. They're trying their best to just try to move around, try to get as many picks that they can, but we see that Typhoon is actually all together, and they're really coordinating well, but actually them having the space like they always happen. And actually, Liz getting to trade with Scout, and that's 3 down on the side of Ink Bashers.
And it wasn't enough there. They're going to be able to KO this game here, and they're going to make it 3-3 in this set. We are seeing back and forth games. We see that was just destruction, Jorian. Typhoon just coming out and saying, okay, you know what? You want to get 23 picks on us. You want to lock us out. We can do it too. But instead, we can do it much quicker and find a way to get the picks. With the 11 KA coming out here from Spy, switching to that Splash. Nice job there. Wumi trying his best to defend his tower. It could have been game changing if he didn't die to Scout, but Scout was just a better player in that situation. Now we see 3-3 here. 3-3 here as we're going to game 7, which is Rainmaker Black Belly Skate Park.
Here we go. This could be honestly going to a game 9, but honestly as well for the TF2 fans, just to say this confirmedly, Typhoon has secured the payload officially. Forget they won both tower control games.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
They have indeed secured the payload. If this was Overwatch, they would have possibly most likely destroyed them, you know. So this is Overwatch. But you know, we're playing Squid Game, Jordan. This isn't Overwatch, you know. They have to be able to win these other game modes that's not tower control. And which is important. I'm glad you brought it up because there are no more tower control games in this set. So maybe Ink Basher can take advantage of that here, and Typhoon needs to make an adjustment.
Again with that, the only other win so far was with Rainmaker, the aggressive mode as well. If it can be honestly another TF2 joke, but the same thing. But again, basically the aggression on the side of Typhoon, they can definitely win this. But again, with Ink Bashers having the more defense, they're definitely playing really good defense. But unless they get pinched because of the big plays of the Slayers, that's honestly their one downfall. If they don't have that, they're full on uncoordinated, or if they have a bigger push together, they're uncoordinated. They just need to just pincer the 2 players of Scout and Spy, and then Ink Basher would mostly be fine.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to see what they're going to be able to do here as they are getting ready to start up here. But Ink Basher started still not out this game. They have, if they were to lose this game, oh my bad. I saw something fall in my room. I was like, what the heck? Don't worry, we're okay. But Ink Bashers, they're not out this yet. 3-3. Both teams are very, very close games as the same comp coming out on the side of Typhoon. Yeah, second coming out of Typhoon. But we do see Wumi switching to that Sploosh 7, a very hyper aggressive pick here with that hammer, and they're going to most likely get that pop. Oh, never mind.
He got paid for it.
Yeah, they're gonna go down here, but Krabs is gonna trade that pick back here, and he does find it back. But he's gonna go down to missiles, as now it's a fight for mid, and most likely, you know what Black Blade is known for, stalemates in mid. But Armor is ready for the side of Ink Bashers, so they're gonna apply the Armor, look to push up. It probably makes something happen with it, but it doesn't mean you're gonna have anything happen with this Armor being popped. But Typhoon is going to pop missiles and makes it happen for them. Armor is ready for them. They are going to pop that. So they're going to find a pick on that Sploosh, pick on that Splash. So they're all going to be able to push them now and take control of that right side and middle. So they're all going to try to push here 3 down, and then here comes their push. Last one alive is that Squeeze that has to defend by himself.
it was almost puts the numbers for both teams right there, and in the end, Impact is getting the lead right there. And actually, for right now, again, Impact is having the stalemate kind of comp, and no, not even stalemate anymore. They're doing the aggressive comp for themselves, and actually pinching them,
Oh,
and they're
that
trying to stay
hammer.
in the middle. Yeah, that hammer actually getting a clip as well. Now they can cap the zone and maybe try to go to the mid push, but honestly, they might want to go for the left push right now when everyone being stuck in mid.
Honestly, Typhoon could have easily pushed it down to like 30 or 20. They were just way too slow pushing objectives. They pushed the middle instead of going straight right. Had they have gone straight right and their teammates pushed them in front, they could have gone into like down to 20. But that's things I noticed of being a higher level player, obviously. It's just things I take note of and I'm just able to coordinate. But we do see Krabs here, but he's going to be shut down easily. Not before getting a trade there, though. And now we see 2v2 situation here in the middle. And now we're going to see Impact trying to look for that push going. That Armor is at the ready. Armor is going to be popped soon for that push to go. They're going to try to push left, but they immediately get taken down by, I think, Scout here on his 52. Nice job.
Yeah, and the scout actually taking down two. Taking down the screen, which is actually a really crucial pick for them. Being able to pop up and actually Crabs actually going in now. Getting the two, so the armor and the Booyah is now down. It's only Splash left, and the Splash actually getting the kill on the Waymaker. And maybe can use the second one as well with the help of Sniper. But right now, the Waymaker is going to go to them, but this is right now just a play for safe for the side of Typhoon.
Now half the match is already over, Jordan. We haven't seen no major pushes. The hammer is going to come. They are going to be able to get a push going, most likely, if they played it. If they played their cards right, but no, Typhoon opting to pick the Rainmaker, gonna run it over there. Maybe not the best option for them as they're in a bad spot. They are going to stall for time. The bubbles do come out. 2 down on the side of Typhoon. Last player alive over there is #3. He's sharking. He's going to be able to go out there and pick up that Rainmaker if he can do it. He is going to Rainmaker. He's going to get 2. 3 down on the side of Ink Basher. What a clutch pick there. A full wipe on the side of Ink Bashers. Just not notice that one player sharking. And so now Typhoon in a good spot with 1 minute 56-11 in the match. They have to regain that map control here in order to maintain this lead and hold it down.
For the side of main fashion, with the squeeze play right there, you're actually getting the Waymaker. What was that aim though? What was that waste? That was nuts!
That aim was crazy. I'm gonna. Oh, whoa!
Oh, the hammer!
Just getting destroyed by the hammer. But yeah, that squeezer aim does come in the clutch there. I thought that was the 52. I was like, oh no, that's a squeezer. Him aiming, that was very nice aim there, but Typhoon does still have control. They don't have to do a lot here with 1 minute 20 left in this match. They have to keep control of the mid. They are going to look to try to get a few more points, often pushing the right side, but they are going to get picked off by the Splash there, but he does go down as well. But now, this is Inkbash's basically almost last opportunity to get this lead back, especially to be coming out here. His Bubbles actually ready by the squeeze. We see Spy here, Sharky, looking to get a free pick if he's on shoot. He does find a free pick. He's going to pick the Rainmaker 2 down, but he is going to go down. Oh, no, he will not go down. That's a full wipe on this side of Inkbash. They're going to push it down all the way down to like 40, 30, and they're going to find a way to pick up some points here. Possibly going to look to get a KO here if they play their cards right. One player is getting rushed. He does wait patiently to finally pick there, but he will go down to that bomb. I really feel like Typhoon should have just ran the Rainmaker. They should have just went and just got down to 20. Don't you agree, Jorian?
Yeah, honestly, they should have in that sense because Spy could have just easily just went up there without any panic because they were all just battling Ink. But for right there, again, for Typhoon, they're just playing it safe. They want all their teammates alive just to have more control over the map and more Ink basically for the Rainmaker to actually get the control to the lead. You don't want to like be alone in Ink and basically go lead it by itself. And Ruby just getting a double with a hammer.
Yeah, but it's going to cost them there as they are playing one. Take a look at this match. All they need to do is find a pick of the Rainmaker to win. The bubbles are going to come out. If they get it up there, they're going to be able to take that lead. But there, and that's the game.
Epic failed the jump, which costed them the Rainmaker lead. Oh, yeah, you hate to see it.
Yeah, you hate to see it. Just that little tiny bit of ink prevented him from making that jump there, sadly. So Typhoon was able to win that. And I was trying to call it out earlier. Typhoon should just rush Rainmaker. They could have done it. They could have got it down to like 10, you know, and it almost costed them there from this league. That was a nice for the last minute there by Ink Bashes. But Typhoon is going to win that game. They are going to go up 4-3 and are one more game away from locking themselves in grand finals and taking on the very cracked Power Inc.
Yeah, but here we go. Spot zone's a skip pavilion. The zone is at the bottom of the map. So basically this will be a fight for the bottom for whoever can get the lead here. This is not like Sam Canal and Humpback where the zone is in the, but it's not like kind of humpback red zones in the middle. So there will be more chances for actually sneaks if anyone goes down the middle for the side of Ink Basher because of Typhoon. But if Crabs actually sticks to Splasher, that would be a good revenge for that.
I think one thing I want to point out here is that Typhoon won both tower control games. Typhoon also won both Rainmaker games in this set. So they're up 4-3. Bashers won both zone games. They won the other Clambless game by epic fashion. And we're going back to zones again, you know? So if the match continues how we expected, Ink Bashers will win this game and bring us to a game 9 if it continues as a trend that we're seeing at this moment. So Ink Bashers can possibly win 3 zone games and go back to their favorite Clambless game, you know, where they just easily demolished them on that last time we saw them and possibly take the set. Typhoon needs to overcome their demons here and win this zone game, as it seems zones is possibly the most that they struggle on the most.
Yeah, and as well, like as you said with the most, that Typhoon won Power Control and Rainmakers, both of them. While Ink just won both zones so far and one Clampets. The aggression versus the stalemate. That's what's happening right now. So if this continues, Ink Bastion will definitely win the Splatoon match and definitely go to game 9, where basically, if Typhoon doesn't go to Hydro this time, this will definitely be an interesting game 9 if they go full on aggression for each side.
I want to give this game to Ink Bashers though, because like not only is it zones, but it's just different pavilion, Jorian. Their comps work best here on this map and mode, in my opinion, you know. However, if Typhoon wants to win this game, they have to pop off really, really hard if they want to win this game, as they can close the set out here. Match point for Typhoon as they bring out their weapons. Jet Squelcher sticking with that junior, and they're going to stick with the same comp, and same comp coming inside of Ink Bashers. Like I said, Ink Bashers have the advantage with the comp they're running, but it can be done by Typhoon to win this game, as 2 take mid, as 3 go down to the bottom.
Yeah, and honestly, for right now, we do see the starting go to actually Typhoon, with definitely them pulling up all the missiles, and actually getting the first picks on the bottom, actually getting the junior first off, getting the K gal off of Typhoon actually, and then coming the zone.
Yeah, but Ink Bashers make a strong push back in, getting 2 down and possibly find a pick. They are going to aggro him and push it there and try to make the teammate make them jump out. They don't see them at top level. He's going to jump there and shark. He's going to probably find a pick with these bubbles. But he also not the pop there yet. He's going to be a little bit patient here. Armor does come out, but he's now focusing on zone, kind of wasting his special there. He's going to pay a heavy price for it, as the rest of Typhoon just jump on him immediately. And now we're seeing a 3v2 situation here for Typhoon, as they're going to hold down this middle zone. And now they're going to try to begin a lockout phase and possibly win this game and possibly close the set. Missiles do come out by that Jet Squelcher. Booyah at the ready by Pale on his 52 gal. And we're gonna see what they do, but Ink Bash need to push back in. Armor missile that pop. Free special are pop on the side of Ink Bash. They got a cap zone here if they want to win. But the Flint coming out here, and this by 52, but they're not gonna be a cap zone. But 3 down on the side of Ink Bashers. Typhoon still having control of that zone. They do go down. It's a full white. This could be it, Jorian.
Yeah, this could definitely be it. But the three down on the side of Ink Bashers in the first half, and then Epic being alone and trying to kill Scout at the end half, just spreading side to side. That was basically just. That was just Ink Bashers' match to lose, and now in 10 seconds with the action missile coming out, but the Screech actually going down. One bomb trying to save the game, and that was actually it.
That was insane. Typhoon saying you're not finna beat us this time on zone game. Getting the heavy lockout there, and they're gonna win this set 5-3 over Ink Bashers. A very entertaining set overall. Congratulations to Typhoon. They're going to Div 7 Grand Finals and going to face off against Power Inc.
Yeah, honestly, this was a great match for sure, but just it was just all based on Ink Bashers' sense of control, and they really just handled it. So yeah, really GG's to Typhoon, aka Pill, Geo, Mako, Omar, the TF2 team for this set today. But for Ink Bashers, they still have a chance to get 3rd place in the 3rd place match coming up next week.
For sure. Good job all around the both teams. They played really hard. We saw some very intense sets, very intense matches here. When did you agree, Jordan?
Yeah, we definitely did. This is definitely for them. They are definitely at least a Div 6 level. They definitely have a
We
chance to fight some team like that.
That's the point of LUTI, you know. People always say, "Oh, you know my div. Oh no, I got my div." But no, the point of LUTI is to see yourself improve, and maybe for sure, I definitely seen improvement from Ink Badgers. From Ink Badgers is the last time I've seen them in tournaments when I was on Persistent. So, good job to them. So that pretty much wraps up this stream, guys. Thank you guys for coming out, for watching your Div 7 semifinals. We'll hopefully, I don't know what we're doing, but maybe we'll stream grand finals. But that's pretty much it for this stream.
Yeah, we're going to go. Yeah, we're going to be streaming one of the finals actually coming up this week for Div 6 America this Wednesday actually, and actually, yeah, probably that's mostly going to be it for the stream anyways. So, Sonia, would you like to shout out your socials?
If you're interested, follow me at SenpaiPX on Twitter and PX Senpai on Instagram. Check me out there. I have graduated high school, so you probably see some pictures there.
Oh, interesting. But the Instagram, honestly. But yeah, from my end, Joe Ryan 51 on Twitter and Twitch.tv on Twitch. We're going to be evading the Light Junior if you want to join us for that. But yeah, with the stream coming up, I hope you have a good rest of your night, and be sure to remember to run the payload and remember TF2, honestly.
Be quiet. Be quiet.
Nah. But yeah, good games to all tonight. We'll see you soon.
Hey guys.